Well, good morning. I'm David Stockwell, Medical Center Director here at VA Northern California Healthcare System, and it's time for my weekly video blog. And there are times where I interview one of our staff members here at VA Northern California, get a chance for the audience to get to meet one of our team members. And we have a brand new Chief of Staff at VA Northern California. Now, you might be wondering, Chief of Staff, what kind of title is that? What does that person do? The easy way to remember that is they're supervising all of the physicians, all of the medical professional team at VA Northern California. So this is the lead clinician for our healthcare system. And so I thought it'd be a great idea to meet our new Chief of Staff and ask her a couple of questions today. So I wanted to introduce all of you to Dr. Donna Nanigian. Now, many of you may know her. I think she's been here for some time in various roles, but we're gonna ask her a few questions today. So Dr. Nanigian, thanks for joining me. Really appreciate you taking a few moments of your time. Why don't we start by you sharing with the audience, how long have you worked at the VA, and what did you do here at VA NorCal before you became our Chief of Staff?
I have worked at the VA since 2008, so about 18 years. And I actually just started as a staff urologist. And I soon became the Chief of Urology when our Chief of Urology left, and urology's been my home for most of the time. And when Dr. Hundle retired, I moved into the Deputy Chief of Surgery, and after that, a couple years into that, I then became the Deputy Chief of Staff under Dr. Cahill.
Okay, so you've been here for a good long time. You're a urologist by training and trade, and you've worked your whole VA career at Mather at VA Northern California. Great. So you know our healthcare system. You've seen it grow up over the years and all the changes. All right. So Dr. Nanigian, I can imagine that our healthcare system would wonder, who is this person that's our Chief of Staff? So tell us something about you personally, something you'd like to share with the healthcare system to get to know you a little bit better.
Okay, I grew up in San Francisco, but I've been in Sacramento for a long time. I went to UC Davis for medical school, and then UC Davis for residency, and then I've worked here ever since residency. I'm married, and I have two daughters. One's a freshman in college, and one's a junior in high school. I love to snowboard. I play tennis. I'm not great at it, but I like to play. And honestly, I work a lot, and I really enjoy being at work and being at the VA with the people who work here.
Well, we're glad you like the VA and the people that work here, and it's great to hear that you have not only the connection through our academic affiliate, but to Northern California as a native. And unlike others, many people that live in Sacramento, you're a Bay Area transplant, so you can also connect with everybody that has moved eastward, including our patient population that we see that huge transfer this way. Tell us a little bit about your professional background. I know you shared, you're a urologist. I imagine you're in the OR, you're doing surgeries still. So tell us a little bit about kind of what you do, not as a Chief of Staff, but as a doctor.
Within urology, I'm not fellowship trained, but I do have a special interest in GU prosthetics. So something that we do for patients after prostatectomy who deal with incontinence or erectile dysfunction, is we can place prosthetics that can help them. And that's something that I do a lot of, and I'm probably one of the highest volume surgeons doing that in our area.
Well, that's great. And, I know with our veteran population, challenges with prostate and prostate health is one of the significant concerns. So it's great to have somebody like you working on our team. Why did you choose to work at the VA or VA NorCal in particular? What inspired you to become a VA staff person?
So one of the rotations that we do during our residency was rotating at the VA. And actually it was a very new rotation when I started. I think I was only the second class to come here. And I really knew from the moment I stepped into the VA that this would be my future home. And I think it was the patients that the fact that we are mission driven, and when you work with everyone, you can just clearly see that we all have the same goal in mind, which is taking the best care of the veterans that we can. I remember being a resident and having a patient drive from Wairika and me recognizing that they needed a CT scan, and I walked over to the CT scanner and I asked them, can you fit this patient in who's driven 6 hours, however long it took to get here? And they said yes, and they just did it. And I thought, this is a place where I want to work, where we're all working together for the best interest of the patient.
Yeah, I love the mission-driven focus and that call. And I also love to hear that somebody that goes through UC Davis's school and residency and has that rotation at the VA can then get inspired to work here. Our avenue out front, Blaisdell Boulevard, is from our chief of surgery when we first stood up the hospital here, who was a surgeon from UC Davis. And so to have that ongoing connection over time is great.
And I'll mention one more thing, that the canteen was also one of the big reasons that I wanted to work here, because I ate at the canteen every single day as a resident during my rotation, and the food was great, and I thought, and when I had my first baby, when I was an attending here, the OR catered canteen garlic bread for me because they knew that was my favorite.
Yeah, well, okay. Shout out to the canteen this week as well. That's fantastic. All right, so you're our new chief of staff here. What are some of the things that you hope to achieve here at VA Northern California as the chief of staff?
I mean, what I want is for patients to get high quality, safe, innovative, cutting edge care that feels easy and seamless for them. I want their experience to just be positive every time they walk through the door. And I want to remove the barriers that staff experience that might get in the way of them giving the patients that care. I mean, that is my main goal.
Well, I love the answer that's veteran focused. It's all about the veteran, partnering them on their health, and so that's exciting. Is there anything else you'd want? So I asked a few questions right there, but anything else you want to share with the audience before we let you go?
Yeah, I want everyone to know that I feel very honored to be in this job. I love being in this new position. I feel motivated and inspired, and my favorite things to do are to walk around, interact with staff, remove barriers, listen, and feel like I'm just making their job easier. And so I do want to tell everyone out there that if you see me walking down the hallway, feel free to stop me, talk to me. I want to be there to help.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you so much for taking a few moments to kind of introduce yourself to VA Northern California. Really appreciate that.
My pleasure.